Tea Party TV is coming to the small screen. PUSD announces an interim superintendent, and see how your sharp shark sense is. All this and more coming up on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood, seconds away.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you!
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
Hello everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Our top story. Sarah Palin, Michelle Bachmann, whether on a big bus or the debate, you see the stars of the Tea Party movement on TV all the time. But you may be seeing more Tea Party stars in a new television series produced by members of the Pasadena Patriots, home of the local Tea Party. CCN's Lakendra Tooks was at yesterday's premiere of the new show called Courage, New Hampshire.
You've seen the conservative Tea Party movement at protests and political rallies, and now they are trying their hand at show business with the premiere of their first television production, Courage, New Hampshire.
Entertainment is not the purview of the left. That's a myth, and these guys went out to destroy the myth.
The Tea Party is no stranger to controversy, but with the premiere of Courage, New Hampshire, they're showing America that controversy's been going on since colonial times.
What a black-hearted, thick-skulled son of the devil.
The drama tells the story of a little village set in colonial times, and although actress Victoria Jackson is not a part of the production, she is a member of the Tea Party and says this show will help educate Americans about their country's history, something she says no one is really teaching in schools anymore.
Our founding fathers founded our country on God and family, and Constitution is very important, and I think this show will remind people where we came from.
Courage is being produced by Colony Bay Entertainment and was written, directed, and produced in part by Tea Party member and actor James Riley. He says there were plenty of liberals on the set and that the show will appeal to both red and blue states.
I found that people left, right, and center like history. I mean, it's like right now the show is being talked about in terms of the fact that I happen to be a Tea Partier, you know. But when they actually see the show, they'll see that it's a human story. It's basically a love story, and I think that's going to appeal to everybody.
Courage producers spent more than $100,000 of their own money to fund the project. Actor and Tea Party member Basil Hoffman says he has a message for any liberals trying to throw this show in the Boston Harbor before giving it a chance.
I tell them to get over it. Frankly, I would say, first of all, watch it before you say terrible things about it, because otherwise they just sound so stupid.
What would you say to somebody that's like, that was then, this is now?
That's a good question, Lakendra. Many of the issues that we have today were discussed by the founders. Many of the issues that we have constitutionally today over the role of the federal government were argued back and forth by James Madison and Alexander Hamilton. They argued about the same things that we argue today.
Tea Partiers say Courage in New Hampshire tells a revolutionary story that is yet to be told on television. Producers say the pilot has gotten some very positive feedback and has a good chance of getting picked up. In Monrovia, Lakendra Tooks, CCN.
Well, Courage is set to go straight to DVD after the premiere as producers look for distribution. However, producers say they won't go to traditional sources of distribution in Hollywood since they might not be receptive to the conservative ideas in the show. Still, the producers say that the series would appeal to history buffs on both sides of the political spectrum. Pasadena Unified School District prepares for Superintendent Edwin Diaz to step down at the end of the week. Community leaders and dignitaries gathered at All Saints Church to say their goodbyes. Diaz discussed his vision for PUSD and hopes for qualities he would want to see in the next superintendent. Technical difficulties wouldn't allow us to show you the tape, but we hope to have that another time. PUSD named Chief Financial Officer John Papalardo as interim superintendent. The names of the 5 candidates who were interviewed by the school board on Saturday were released last week. Although the finalists include Latino and female candidates, some in the community questioned why no African Americans were considered as finalists. One of the reasons given by the school board members is that they were looking for a bilingual candidate who also speaks Spanish. The list of candidates does include Thelma Melendez de Santa Anna, who currently serves under Secretary of Education Arnie Duncan. Superintendent Edwin Diaz will retire June 30th, and Papalardo takes his position July 1st. The City of Pasadena Public Safety Committee held a meeting earlier this month to discuss the 2012 fiscal budget for the fire department. Specifically, the budget will cut $2 million, or roughly 5%, from the budget to account for the reduction in city revenues. The reduction goes along with efforts to eliminate the deficit in the city's general fund. The general fund pays for city services such as police, libraries, parks, and includes the fire department. This continues the trend in reductions made in the past with the elimination of 131 staff positions. A man calling himself Sarge is behind bars. We have an update on that story in the CCN Snapshots. And you'll want to check in with CCN's meteorologist, Curtis Peak, so you can plan your week. That's next on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back. Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o. I love you. JK, I hate you. JK. Are you ignoring me? We're in a huge fight right now. Is this something I did? I can see your lights on. I'm coming over. What'd you dream about? Me? I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
My joints ache so bad, I wake up in pain every day. I want to know why.
I want to know why my hair is falling out. How did this happen?
How did this happen? A little pain in my knee. That's how it started.
That's how it started. This rash on my face, now it's like my body is attacking me. I want answers.
When you don't have the right answers, it may be time to ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
Now here's a snapshot of other stories this past week right here in the San Gabriel Valley. First, the weight of the law might have been way too much for her. Former Temple City Mayor Kathy Wilson was taken away by paramedics on Thursday after a judge sentenced her to 4 years in state prison on 3 counts of bribery and perjury involving a $75 million commercial project proposed by developer Randy Wang. Last week, we interviewed Sarge, Keith Gibbs of Sarge's community-based boot camp, familiar to many in Altadena residents. Sarge talked about the former employee who started calling himself Sarge and began his own boot camp, the Family First Boot Camp, after being let go by Gibbs for failing a background check. Calvin McFarland was arrested May 27th, and a judge just ordered him to stand trial on kidnapping, child abuse, false imprisonment, and unlawful use of a badge. On May 16th, McFarland allegedly handcuffed a 14-year-old girl, took her to a relative's home, and then called the girl's father, requesting $100 and insisting the child be enrolled in his boot camp. McFarland is due back in court June 29th for his arraignment. Healthcare Partners Medical Group reported that thieves stole 19 new computers from offices here in Pasadena and in Long Beach back in April. Patients' medical records and personal information, including birth dates and other private information, were on the computers. The Torrance-based company notified almost 16,000 patients that their protected health information was not so protected. Healthcare Partners is offering identity theft protection service from an outside vendor at no cost to its patients. Well, soccer fans took over the Rose Bowl in Old Town this past weekend when the United States played Mexico for the final Gold Cup soccer match. With the level of support for Mexico here in the Southland, both teams enjoyed relative home team advantage. In the end, Mexico defeated the U.S. 4-2. The celebrations might have gotten a bit out of hand, though, with at least 27 rowdy fans arrested in the post-match celebrations, mostly fueled by alcohol. Surprise by surprise. Because of the level of local support, soccer officials rarely schedule matches between the two countries in the area. Last time they met in Los Angeles was in 2000 when the U.S. won 2-0. Well, it's all about Southern California living this weekend with the beautiful weather and plenty of reason to be outside. So can we expect more sunshine? CCN's Curtis Peak is here to let us know. Curtis?
I think we can expect a lot more sunshine. Maybe tomorrow, then midweek things are going to begin to cool off just a little bit. But by the weekend, it's going to be hot, hot, hot. Good evening, El Monte, Pasadena, Glendale. Let's get you going outside San Gabriel Valley. It's 84 degrees right now. Our winds are out of the south-southwest 11 miles per hour. Our sunrise is going to be tomorrow morning at 5:43, and we are going to see our sunset at 8:08 tomorrow afternoon. As we take a look at our almanac right now, you see today we had a high of 90 degrees. We're about 4 degrees above normal. But look what we had today. We did have a taste of summer. It was absolutely warm out there. It was beautiful, though. I really enjoyed it, but we are going to see that onshore flow return. That's going to happen probably Tuesday night into Wednesday. But listen, we have a chance of drizzle on Wednesday morning. Do I think that's really going to happen? I don't think so. I think any precipitation that we do see will be north of Point Conception. And like I said, we are going to have a hot July 4th weekend. As we take a look at our overnight lows right now, we are going to see 59 in Arcadia. Monrovia is going to come in at 61. We're going to have 63 over in West Covina. Our highs for tomorrow. This is the story right here. 89 right here, 89, 90. I'm tweeting back and forth with that one, but we are going to see 93 degrees in Arcadia, 91 in Monrovia, and 89 in West Covina and El Monte. Here's our satellite radar right now. This is what's going to happen. We are going to have this upper level low that's going to come down, like I said, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. This is what's going to give San Francisco a little rain right here. They're going to see rain probably Tuesday night into Wednesday. Like I said earlier, I don't think we are going to see it, but this upper level low is going to sit here for about 1 day, and then it's going to move east. But we are going to have a very hot 4th of July. So take a look at our 7-day forecast right here. On Tuesday, you see things do cool off maybe 1 or 2 degrees. 89. Wednesday is what I'm talking about. That upper level low is going to come down. 79 degrees, but things begin to build again on Thursday. Friday, look at 93. Saturday, 96. Building 98. Monday, 96 degrees. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We are going to see 150s over the lows on Thursday night, but look what's going to happen on 4th of July night. 70 degrees. We were seeing 70-degree temperatures about a month ago as our high. That's going to be our low for 4th of July. So it's going to be an absolutely beautiful 4th of July weekend, and it's going to be hot.
Wow. So do you have big plans for the 4th?
I am probably going to go and watch some fireworks with my daughter, and that's about it, and eat as much barbecue as I can.
Well, it doesn't matter what the weather is when you're with your daughter.
I totally agree with that.
Well, you enjoy that.
Thanks,
Curtis. Well, how is your shark sense? Arthur Sharky Zartman has a keen sense and will share her wisdom of what we have in common with sharks and how we can use it to our advantage. That's next on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Okay, when I give you the signal, you two cut left to the flag. I'm gonna cover you from that tree over there. Remember, don't go for the flag unless you know the coast is clear, okay?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice.
Charles!
Nice, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Well, she lives up to her name. Former U.S. national volleyball team member and All-American athlete Sharky Zartman knows a lot about shark behavior and wants others to understand how humans can unleash their potential by realizing their shared shark power they possess. She's here to help us get in touch with our inner shark. Thanks for being here, Sharky.
Thank you very much.
Well, of course, we have to start out with your name, Sharky Zartman. Is that a nickname or?
My dad named me that when I was born. My real name is Charlene, but my dad gave us all nicknames, and I'm the one that got named after the fish.
And so have you always had a connection? Was it more of your name that you started liking sharks, or was it just a natural fit?
Well, basically, I had an experience when I was 17 when my coach told me that I should stop playing volleyball because I wasn't any good. And
that's no good to hear.
I was passionate about it. I wanted to play. And so it kind of stirred something up inside of me, and I realized if I really, really wanted it so bad now that I felt really powerful and felt like I could get there. And so I just, set an intention that I wasn't going to quit until I got what I wanted, and just kept moving forward. I got another coach, and
that was a smart thing to do.
Smart thing to do, and eventually got to play for UCLA, the national team, and World University Games. And 8 years later, I married him.
You're kidding me. I was just going to say, did you call him and go, nah? No, you married him.
I married my new coach 8 years later.
Okay, your new coach, not your old coach.
Not the old coach.
Okay, good. You left him behind. I like hearing that. Okay, good. Well, so tell us about sharks. What are some of their characteristics that we can really use?
Well, first of all, I use the shark as a symbol for your inner source of strength and power, the part of you that doesn't know the meaning of the word can't. Because I think sharks, when you take a look at them, I mean, they have survived for over 400 million years, and they're very simple and they're very powerful. And so what I did in Shark Sense was I took a look at some of their positive traits, and I thought, these would be simple for us to add to our lives if we really, really want something bad enough. We're all wired for success. And yet a lot of us don't achieve that because we either get in our way or let other people do that.
Absolutely. Now, what are some of the principles you have for reaching your goals?
Well, the first thing is that you have to know what you want, okay? Not what everybody else wants you to do. And sometimes that's a hard question for people to answer because they're so busy working and family responsibilities that they lose touch with what they really want to do. And so that's the first thing, because that will actually start to unleash that part of you that is strong and powerful and wired for success. And the next thing that you have to do is focus. I think that a lot of us tend to be so into multitasking that we don't
with all
focus.
Our gadgets.
Yes, and we don't focus really on what we want. We're so busy doing things that we feel like we have to do. So if there's something we really want, we have the ability to focus. And as you know, sharks, if they're focused, you hopefully, you hope they're not focused on you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, that's it leads to the next question. Obviously that they have characteristics that empower us, but a lot of times people hear shark and they think Jaws, or the boss in the boardroom who's really aggressive. So, are there negative things to being a shark?
Not in my book. Not in my book. I focus on the positive things. I think, sharks are what they are. I mean, they have been around for a long time. They're simple, they're powerful, they're part of the ecological balance of the ocean. And I think we've really kind of demonized them. Sure, every once in a while somebody, has an unfortunate encounter, but those are very, very rare.
Yeah.
And,
Absolutely. There's a video out there right now of the surfer where the shark is jumping over him. So, sometimes they're just having fun out there, right?
Right. I mean, they can do a lot of things. I mean, I even read something where now they found a new species where they can just puff up to make the predators go away. I wish I could do that. Puff up,
Absolutely. Well, there's all kinds out there, so you just have to find your true north, basically,
That's
what
right.
you're talking about.
That's
well,
right.
How can people buy your book?
Well, I have a website, sharksense.org, and they can also, Barnes & Noble has it, and also Amazon.com.
Okay, well, thank you for being here, Sharky.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
so much.
it.
Thank
all
you.
All right, well, take care. We have a bit of a twist coming up for you next. That's what you don't want to miss. You're watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. Don't go away.
About 4 months. It was fun because I usually write things for school.
Well, it looks like the Pasadena Playhouse has an entertaining twist on an old classic. The Playhouse is presenting a unique version of an American classic, Charles Dickens' novel, Oliver Twist. It's a musical directed and choreographed by the famed Golden Globe and Emmy Award winner, none other than Debbie Allen. CCN's Anthony Smilkovich was there for the premiere.
Song and dance numbers fill the stage at the Pasadena Playhouse in Twist, a new production based on Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. American Idol Tamira Gray leads the cast, but one look at opening night and it's clear who the stars of this show are. Alaman Jaju plays Twist.
It's great to play a completely different person and encompass their personality and go through what they have to go through in the show. It's great.
Hollywood veteran Debbie Allen takes on the task of director.
Everyone is loving the company. We have the most talented people on the stage, and Twist is phenomenal, and this is a big step for us, and we're just very excited right now.
Avatar star CCH Pounder is excited too, making Twist's opening night a family affair.
She loves singing, she likes dancing, we should have a good time. And this is a historical moment. First outing alone with my goddaughter without Mama following behind. Oh no! So don't anybody hit my car or do anything crazy.
Twist, an American musical, is scheduled to run through July 17th, but if the shows keep selling out like they have, I'm sure that date is going to be extended. Reporting from the Pasadena Playhouse, I'm Anthony Smilkovich.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun. Performances for Twist began June 14th and will play through the run July 24th, so you'll want to head off to the box office and get your tickets quickly. Well, we don't have a Tech Bite this week because Grant has been busy getting our brand new website ready for today's launch. You'll want to take a look at that. Check it out and let Grant know what you think. You're going to love it. That's it for this newscast. Thanks to Sharky Zartman for going on camera with us. Special thanks to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, the Pasadena Enterprise Center on North Lake Avenue, and Wink Marketing. Special thanks also to the amazing CCN crew. This show would not be possible without you. And finally, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, I'm Sehnita Joshua Mattison. Have a great week.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching CCN